Rating every single team's performance at Worlds 2025 out of 10. First up, IG, who I'm going to give a 5 out of 10. They lost the series to T1 that pretty much everyone except K-Droll thought they would lose. I thought they played pretty alright. I don't think they're the best team, and they did lose to the eventual champions, so you can't be too hard on them. I'm going to give Vivo Cade Stars a 4. Didn't look amazing, didn't represent Brazil that well, but also they're just kind of outclassed, so I don't really blame them. Team Speaker Whales, I'm going to give a 6. I thought they played okay. I thought a lot of their players showed their bright spots, but they pretty much only beat Vivo Cade Stars before losing, so it's really hard to rate them highly. Granted, they didn't have any expectations going in, so proving to the world what you can do is, I think, a good enough reward to give them a 6 out of 10. Flying Oysters, I'm going to give a 9 out of 10. I mean, they played incredibly well and then went to their playoffs where they lost to the finalists in KT, who took T1 to 5 games. I don't know what more you can say. I mean, they kind of got figured out eventually, but they also took a game off of T1. So, mad respect to Flying Oysters. I'm going to give a -1 out of 10 to Fnatic for their terribly toxic team, as well as their shitty coach tweets after. I do not like this team. And yeah, I have nothing else to say on Fnatic. They're just a cursed organization. Gonna give Movistar Koi a 5 out of 10. I thought they showed some of their potential. In fact, they looked like they were going to be able to take games off of Eastern teams, but they would always choke at the finish line. And at the end of the day, they just kind of got curb stomped by T1. You do see what goes right with this team, but when it goes wrong, it goes so wrong. I'm giving KT a 10 out of 10. Honestly, I don't know what more you could expect from them. They went to Worlds Finals, they went 3-0 in Swiss, they dropped a 1 game, and then another 3 against T1. That is it. They tried their hearts out. BDD looked like the best player in the world at this tournament. Mad respect to KT. They did literally everything they could have. BLG is getting a 1 out of 10. This was one of the worst performances I've ever seen from an Eastern team. They lost a game to 100 Thieves, which, hey, shout out to my NA boys. I love you. But yeah, they just look completely terrible. Bin clearly has lost his passion for the game. It's really sad in my opinion. Next up, 100 Thieves, who I'm going to give a 9 out of 10. They got one of the most unfortunate draws I've ever seen, but for an NA 2 seed, not bad, kid. You did your best. You went out absolutely swinging, punching, hitting. So much respect for 100 Thieves. Next up, FlyQuest, who I'm going to give a 4 out of 10. I mean, they did what they could. They got to the final round of Swiss, and then they lost horribly. I think the loss to G2 was very sad. I thought they definitely should have won, but their macros looked noticeably worse. They definitely tilted, which tends to happen to NA first seeds at Worlds. See Team Liquid last year. And then they lost to Flying Oysters, who, while being a good team, it was just in a completely, disgusting fashion that should not have happened. Next up, we have T1, who I'm actually going to give an 8 out of 10 for. I know they won the whole thing, but hear me out. Dropping a game to Flying Oysters and Swiss, going 3-2, barely making quarters, beating 2 LPL teams in KT to win the trophy, feels pretty fraudulent. I know they won the whole thing. They're still getting an 8 out of 10, but for their expectations coming in where they expected to win, they didn't look good. They did win, but I can't give them anything higher than an 8 for how they were supposed to play coming into this tournament. I'm going to give Hanwha Life Esports a 7. I thought they played pretty well. They eventually lost to a Gen G that didn't choke, which is the scariest team in the world. Unfortunately, they did have to deal with the Chovy and quarters buff, but it is what it is. I thought they played pretty well overall, only dropping games to teams I thought they should have dropped games to. I'm going to give Anyone's Legends a 9 out of 10. Incredibly good performance from the LPL. They went 3-0 in Swiss, and then they took T1 to 5 games, and it was probably the best series of Worlds, so I don't know what else to say. AL is a really solid team, and they tried their hardest. Gonna give G2 a 6 out of 10. Definitely a downgrade from last year. I thought last year they were a better roster, but they got a harder draw in a Worlds finalist. Yes, they made corners, but a very bad top esports team kind of made them look ridiculous. Overall, very mediocre performance from Europe. Better than NA, but not by much. Speaking of top esports, I'm going to give you guys a 4 out of 10 for being mega frauds. I hate this team. I hate how they choke internationally. LPL fans, do not support this team under any circumstances. I'm giving PSG a 3 out of 10. They looked really bad. They got knocked out in the earliest possible convenience, losing to Brazil. So it was really pathetic. You guys are just completely lifeless. I'm sorry. Finally, Gen G, I'm going to give you guys a 2 out of 10. You are the saddest LCK first seed I have ever seen. You do this every single year. People want to believe in you, and then you choke in semis. Chovy doesn't look like himself. You guys play noticeably worse at every moment. Chovy stepping on that Talia trap and solo losing the game, just absolutely unacceptable and disgusting behavior. I hope you guys swap out every single player. I just have no faith in you moving forward as long as you have like this roster of players on your team. Also, hire a sports psychiatrist, please.